Okay, go ahead.
It's Erev Shabbos, and we're all getting ready for Shabbos. Meanwhile, our hearts and minds are in Israel, where once again, there's a time of crisis. This Shabbos is the Shabbos right before the 17th of Tammuz, and there are a number of items I'd like to address in this hopefully short message before Shabbos. First of all, I want to address the crisis in Israel right now. I want to talk about the cold-blooded murder of an Arab teenager by Jews. I want to talk about the 17th of Tammuz and what it can mean for us. And I'd like to talk about the renovation of our main shul. And believe it or not, I think they're all related. So, first of all, about what's going on in Israel and about the war that once again we find ourselves in. It's almost like Groundhog Day, the same thing again. Hundreds of missiles raining down on millions of Israelis who don't know when the next alarm is going to sound and when they're going to have to run to shelters. And the world again indifferent and condemning Israel for harming civilians when every measure is being taken to protect them. So it's clearer than ever. Ein lanu le'hisha'ena ela al Avinu shebashamayim. We have no one to rely on other than our Father in heaven. Fact is, it's been miraculous that with hundreds of missiles, a barrage every day for days, falling on Israel, thank God the casualties haven't been greater. It's literally miraculous. But we've got to do whatever we can to strengthen ourselves, because this is not a military battle, although it's being waged with airplanes and with missiles and with Iron Dome defense systems. It's ultimately a battle for whether or not Jews belong in Israel. And that itself is a battle for whether or not God will be known through the Jewish people to the rest of the world. It's really a battle for Yerushalayim. And ultimately, we have to strengthen ourselves spiritually. The one thing we can do is to take the threat to life and limb that exists now in Israel and internalize it and realize that we want to strengthen ourselves spiritually. One of the positives that emerged from the kidnapping and murder of 3 of our boys was the sense of connection that we all have to each other. And that is only because of the fact that we are Jews united under God and connected to each other spiritually. I want to refer you to the website that's posted on the Beth Jacob email and on our website, shomrim.com, which gives every Jew the opportunity to take on, accept, commit to some act of davening or tzedakah or loving kindness or mitzvah in the merit of protecting a particular Israeli soldier. It's a wonderful thing to do, and I encourage everybody to participate in that project. Now, a comment about the murder in cold blood of an innocent Arab teenager. Nothing should be minced. No word should be minced in what we have to say about that. This is a terrible catastrophe for the Jewish people, because in this moment, there might be some who think that there is some value in taking revenge and in murdering an innocent person in order to make a statement. This is nothing short of murder, and this is a victory for our enemies, because those who undertook this murder adopted the attitude towards life and towards the battle that we have that is the attitude of our enemies, and this is the greatest victory for them. These people are murderers, they are thugs, and something went terribly wrong, and we have to make sure that we in no way associate ourselves even with any justification for why they went ahead and did this terrible act. There are more facts that will emerge. We don't have all the facts, but we know one thing. This was murder, and we can't have anything to do with it, and we've got to inoculate ourselves spiritually from any kind of attitude that would in any way, even slightly, condone what they did. The 17th of Tammuz is coming up. This is a time when we recognize the destruction, the beginning of the destruction of the temples. This is a time when we turn inwards and we reflect about ourselves. And this is a time when we do tshuva and we say to God, we want to strengthen our relationship with you. We realize that the temple in Jerusalem was removed because of the fact that our connection with you is not strong enough. And this year, our people collectively, we've got a lot of work to do about looking at our connection to each other, how we relate to each other when we disagree with each other, and what kind of illness are we absorbing into our own spiritual selves that is really not Jewish at all. Many of you received a mailing this week, most of you, almost all of you, received a mailing this week about the renovation campaign, the renovation of our main shul. I want to make a point that it's actually perfectly timed for this period of time during the 3 weeks, because our relationship to holiness, our relationship to the Beis HaMikdash, to the Holy Temple in Yerushalayim, is specifically and directly through our relationship to our Mikdash Ma'ata, our miniature temple, which is our shul here. And there can't be a better thing for us to be doing during a time of threat to the holy society in Eretz Yisrael than for us to strengthen our relationship with our shul here. This is the house of God. We are undertaking a wonderful and noble, beautiful and grand and awesome project. We're going to renovate our main shul, the seat of the Shekhinah in our community, and I encourage every single one of you to participate to the best of your ability. It's a great opportunity, it's a great privilege, and it's something that's going to make us all proud as we celebrate our connection to God. So I encourage every single one of you to read and to respond generously and quickly. And thank God the response till now in the past few days has just been amazing. People coming forward generously, having a part of this wonderful project to renovate our holy shul. Good Shabbos, and may we hear wonderful news in the coming week from our brothers and sisters in Israel.